Hello and welcome to Newsfeed on Trust TV. My name is Dorcas Zallah, bringing you trending stories that people are talking about and sharing around the globe today, and also their opinions on such issues. Tinubu hails flourishing Africa-China partnership. Petrol scarcity will be over soon, but we have no control over prices, says federal government. NYSC DG promises increased allowance for corps members. Burkina Faso launches new passport without ECOWAS logo. Now, top on what's trending, President Bola Tinubu has commended the flourishing economic partnership between Africa and China, which has seen trade between the two parties reaching an estimated $280 billion. The Nigerian leader was speaking during the opening ceremony of the 2024 summit of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation taking place in Beijing, China. Tinubu said despite global challenges, the partnership has remained firm. He also emphasized the importance of maintaining the momentum in order to deepen the partnership for the mutual benefit of both regions. Leaders and their entourage from across Africa have flown into Beijing since Saturday, keeping President Xi Jinping busy with bilateral meetings all week. Xi pledged over $50 billion in financing for Africa over the next 3 years, promising to deepen cooperation in infrastructure and trade with the continent as he addressed Beijing's biggest summit since the pandemic. Now, someone hailed the president saying, "The best president in the world." Another said, "There is hunger in the land, sir. No unity and peace, but it seems is a minor issue. Mr. President, do something better for the progress of Nigeria as a nation." Another said, "Oga, fuel is 1,200 per litre. You dey hail who no send you." Now, the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC, has kicked against the latest increase in the pump price of petrol, warning that it will worsen poverty among workers. The union made its position known in a statement on Wednesday. TUC President Festus Osifo, who signed the statement, called on the federal government to immediately rescind these decisions, promote policies that will strengthen the naira, and take decisive steps to elevate the suffering of Nigerians. He argued that the sudden hike implemented without consultation with critical stakeholders represented a blatant disregard for the welfare of the Nigerian people, particularly the working class who bear the brunt of such decisions. A TUC said it is deeply troubled by the further hike in electricity tariffs by 250%, saying electricity was essential for the survival of the poorest in the society. It also faulted the timing and magnitude of the increases, wondering why the ordinary citizens would bear the pains of the government's policies. Now, responding to that, a netizen said, "Dangote refinery needs to start on a good note by being open to Nigerians, especially now that nearly every patriotic Nigerian supports the refinery. He should not be a user. He needs to tell Nigerians his factory cost of producing a litre of PMS at depot. This will help Nigeria to determine who is greedy among Dangote refinery, NNPCL, and marketers. If the refinery refuses to reveal this simple truth, then all of them have ulterior motives against Nigerians, period." Someone asked, "So what will TUC and NLC do now since they claim that Tinubu betrayed them?" Another person wrote, "The 70,000 minimum wage is now useless because it can't even cater for workers' monthly transport fare, and those who get car, now only fuel them go buy. How will they feed their family, pay other bills?" And the federal government says the fuel crisis being experienced across the country will soon be a thing of the past. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Heineken Lokpobiri, gave the assurance on September 5th while briefing State House reporters after meeting with Vice President Kashim Shettima, joined by the Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, Mele Kyari. Lokpobiri said the meeting was at the instance of President Bola Tinubu, who he said was concerned about the hardship being faced by the masses. He said the government was not fixing prices and the prices would stabilize as soon as the product was made available. The minister urged Nigerians to shun panic buying, saying it is expected that there will be available petrol by the weekend. The latest hike in the price of petrol has since pushed up transport fares by over 50% in major cities across Nigeria. The newest price hikes implemented by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company's NNPCL retail management range from 855 naira to 897 naira per litre, depending on the location, from the previous 568 naira and 617 naira. Now, responding to that, a netizen said, "You have no control over price and yet the president is a petroleum minister, right? We aren't born yesterday, oh. You guys can only deceive yourselves. Another said, the protest was a waste of time. The hardship is getting worse. Another person opined, so who has control over the prices? Let's know who's our problem. As Nigerians eagerly await the release of premium motor spirit, popularly known as petrol, from the $20 billion Dangote Petroleum Refinery, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited says it will leave the product from the plant on September 15th, but outlined factors that will determine its price. It said foreign exchange rates and the market forces would influence the cost of petrol, stressing that the market had been deregulated. This came as oil marketers declared on Thursday that about 2,000 tankers were still awaiting to load the product at the various depots of the National Oil Company in Lagos, Warri, and Port Harcourt. Now responding, someone said, the fact that y'all be playing Nigerians like we don't even have common sense is disheartening. How do you define the price of a commodity you produce locally by forex? What's the point of local refinery production? Not so that there will be availability of products and in cheaper rates. Another said, did Dangote buy the crude oil in dollars? NNPC, are you not aware that increase in pump price affects the economy negatively? God, I beg you. Another wrote, I don't understand again. Why tie it to forex when the exchange and payment was made in naira? Now, next on what's trending, serving Corps members have been assured that their monthly allowance will also increase as soon as civil servants start receiving the new minimum wage as approved by the federal government. The NYSC Director General, Brigadier General Yushewu Ahmed, gave the assurance while addressing Corps members at Kebbi State Orientation Camp, Denkingari, and Sokoto State Orientation Camp in Wamako. He said their selfless and immense contribution to the country's socio-economic development cannot be underestimated. General Ahmed also implored them to use the opportunity of the service year to develop themselves and plan for greater heights in the future. Now someone said, is it meant to be a thing of promise? I don't get. It's now a law. This country safe. Another said, we never receive price of things don't start to increase bit by bit. Now let's go on a quick break, and when we return, the program continues. To stay with us. Welcome back, it's Newsfeed. And the recent decision by the federal government to peg the minimum age for candidates sitting for the senior secondary school certificate examinations may have come to stay, the House of Representatives Committee on Basic Education has said. The Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Mamman, had in July stated that with effect from 2025, any candidates below the age of 18 will not be allowed to sit the SSCE, and without which such students cannot secure admission to higher institutions of learning. The announcement has generated heated debate among parents and education stakeholders. Now responding, someone said, brain drain resumes. Another person said, so increase of fuel price no be una problem. Now 18 years pikin, we want right SSCE be the major issue now on ground. Another person advised, ban under 18 marriage and pregnancy too. Now next on what's trending, governors under the platform of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, have urged security agencies to note the threats by the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, to cause political crisis in the state of any governor who tries to interfere in the affairs of the PDP in Rivers State. Wike in Port Harcourt on Saturday had said, I hear some governors who say they will take over the structure and give back to somebody. I pity those governors because I will put fire in their states. In a statement, the Director General of the PDP Governors Forum, Emmanuel Agbo, said nobody is above the law and urged security agencies to take note of the minister's utterances. Now, a netizen said, why will you interfere in another state's problem? Sit down in your state and be interfering in your state matter. Wike is right. Another person said, more is expected from the PDP Governors Forum in the future as it's not over yet. Wike should be made to dance the music he's drumming for himself. Now next on what's trending, Ugandan Olympian Rebecca Cheptegei died in Kenya on Thursday, 4 days after being set on fire by her boyfriend, medics and Ugandan athletics officials said. It was the latest horrific incident of gender-based violence in the East African country, where activists have warned of a femicide epidemic. According to police, a man identified as Cheptengi's partner, Dixon Indema Marangash, doused her with petrol and set her alight on Sunday at her home in Edinburgh in the western country of Trans-Nzoia. The incident took place just weeks after Cheptengi, 33, had taken part in the marathon at the Paris Olympics, where she was placed 44th. All her organs failed last night, a medic at the facility, the Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital said on Thursday. A nurse who had been treating Cheptengi said she died at 5 a.m. Now, someone advised, immediately you notice a wrong signal, run for your life. Don't give excuses for him or her. Before it got to this stage of burning her, he might have been receiving bad treatment from him, but hoped that he would change. Another said, this jealousy in most men when their women become more successful than them is mediocrity. Another person wrote, this has got to be one of the saddest news I have had to hear. How can someone allow the devil to sing him to sleep in words that continues to destroy him? This partner of hers must have been showing his toxic traits, and she found ways to navigate life without paying attention to him. May her soul find rest. I hope this mentally derailed man is made to pay for his crime. And now next on what's trending, Burkina Faso has introduced a new biometric passport without the logo of the Economic Community of West African States, further solidifying its break from the region bloc. The move comes after Burkina Faso, along with Niger and Mali, severed ties with ECOWAS following military coups in the three countries. A decision to issue passports without the ECOWAS insignia was announced by Burkina Faso Security Minister Mahamadou Sana on Tuesday. Sana stated, this passport does not feature the ECOWAS logo or any mention of ECOWAS. Since January, Burkina Faso has decided to withdraw from this body, and this is simply a realization of the action already taken by Burkina Faso. Now, someone alerted, splendid, ECOWAS has nothing to offer, no development, no Africa Industrial Bank, no cooperation in terms of growth. Another person wrote, these people serious though, and it gets why. Do ECOWAS even do their job as a community? Just see how European Union is functioning. Another wrote, now that's growth. And now to a funny video depicting I'm not as bold as I think I am. Take a look. And that's it. You're up to date with trending stories across the world. Follow us and subscribe to all our social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X. Until next time, good